It's hard to overstate how much the streaming space is changing right now. There is so much going on that things will likely look very different even just a year from now.
In today's State of Streaming update, we'll look at 6 developments streamers need to know about. Starting with specialty streaming services, could your favorite one be absorbed by a more mainstream app?
Specialty streaming apps like AMC+, MGM+, and Shudder serve more niche audiences. A report from Antenna shows the top 25 specialty apps have grown their subscriptions by 11% year over year, and they've grown their users for the past 4 years in a row. Now, they're growing, but that doesn't guarantee they have a bright future. With consolidation being the name of the game in the streaming space, not everyone is going to make it. And even the ones that are growing the most are likely just setting themselves up to be acquired by a bigger player looking to expand their content offering, someone like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, or Warner Brothers Discovery. In fact, some of the best AMC Plus content, including Fear the Walking Dead, began airing for a limited time on Max on September 1st.
And the long-term future of specialty streaming services is also being threatened by the increasing popularity of FAST services, which is also our second trend in the streaming space. Free ad-supported streaming services like Pluto and Tubi continue to grow their user bases. Tubi now has 74 million monthly active users. In July, it accounted for 1.4% of all TV watching. Pluto has just slightly more active users, 80 million.
Usage is up at all the leading FAST streamers. 1 in 3 U.S. viewers watches them, and users are up at Freevee, Roku, Crackle, Pluto, and Tubi. Freevee had the highest growth during the first half of 2023, but that could be due to Amazon promoting it and bringing hundreds of Prime original titles and 23 new ad-supported channels from Warner Brothers Discovery and MGM to the service. Now, this is all happening at a time when cable and broadcast TV usage continues to drop. The percentage of Americans watching cable has now dropped below 50%.
That takes us back to the future of specialty streaming services. As more people switch from pay TV to FAST services, there are going to be fewer people paying for specialty services. It's more likely that the content on those apps will be licensed over to a FAST platform, or that a bigger pay TV app like HBO Max, Netflix, or Prime Video could acquire them to add their content to their libraries. It's just one more example of the consolidation that now defines the streaming industry.
Speaking of consolidation, our next development is on the Comcast-Disney talks over the future ownership of Hulu. As we have reported on in the past, Disney and Hulu have been positioning themselves for a fight over who will own Hulu. Comcast has been claiming that Disney, which is the majority owner, failed to promote Hulu outside of the U.S., which ruined its prospects. Comcast can force Disney to buy its 1/3 share, or Disney can force Comcast to sell as early as 2024.
The sticking point is the price tag for Comcast's share. At a minimum, Hulu must be valued at $27.5 billion. Now, Variety is reporting the two sides have moved up their talks to September 30th, and the two sides have agreed to hire outside investment banking firms to come up with a sale price. It will be interesting to see where it lands. Comcast CEO Brian Roberts says Hulu is worth at least $30 billion, and various investor estimates put it between $35 and $37 billion. That would require Disney to pay around $12 billion to bring all of Hulu under its ownership.
It's troubling for the House of Mouse, which has also been in the news for its dispute with Charter Spectrum that caused its channels to be unavailable to cable customers for several weeks. We have multiple family members who were affected by the blackout that began in late August. It reached a deal to put the channels back on in mid-September. And now that the deal is done, word has come out, unsurprisingly, that ESPN was the linchpin. As part of the deal reached, Charter will offer ad-supported Disney Plus and ESPN Plus and ESPN's direct-to-consumer offering when it becomes available as part of select cable packages at no additional cost to the customer.
This is a very interesting development because it really initiates a new model, something that brings streaming into the cable audience. Charter is trying to hold on to subscribers as more and more people cut the cord by offering more bundles. Wall Street liked the deal because it gives Charter more flexibility and gives Disney more subscribers to its streaming services, which it needs to achieve profitability there.
Yeah, but Disney had to give up a bunch of channels to get the deal done. Baby TV, Disney Junior, Disney DX, Freeform, FXM, FXX, Nat Geo Wild, and Nat Geo Mundo will no longer be included in Spectrum packages. The only channels Spectrum is keeping are the Disney Channel, ABC-owned TV stations, FX, the ESPN channels, and Nat Geo.
That leaves a problem for Disney with its linear networks and makes us question what the future of them will be. And it brings us to our fifth development, the push for streaming services to be considered like cable companies. The National Association of Broadcasters has joined a group of more than 600 local TV stations calling themselves the Coalition for Local News that are pushing the FCC to place cable-style restrictions on live streaming services like YouTube TV, Hulu, and Fubo.
On the other side, big media companies like Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, and Fubo have formed the Preserve Viewer Choice Coalition and are arguing that if the FCC changes how it treats them, they will have to negotiate separate deals with every local TV station, leaving some blacked out. The way the system currently works allows media companies to work directly with streaming services to hammer out deals.
Sifting through all the posturing, what we're really concerned about is that if the FCC agrees to change the rules, prices will likely go up for streamers.
If the owners of local networks win, live TV streaming services would need to pay a $1.23 fee per subscriber every year for the FCC regulatory fee imposed on cable companies. A Leichtman Research Group study found that 13.4 million subscribers to live TV streaming services would add up to $16.4 million in fees.
Local broadcasters want those fees so that they can stay afloat. They argue it's to continue to fund local news and weather updates for the communities they serve. But many local stations are owned by powerful groups like Nexstar. This is a power grab, and unfortunately consumers are the ones who will be forced to pay.
Speaking of power grabs, our last development concerns the ongoing strikes in Hollywood. Time is running out for Hollywood to end the writer and actor strikes. Football season is back, and typically that means the new fall lineup of scripted TV shows isn't far off. However, the strikes have meant no work on scripted shows has been happening for the past 5 months. In fact, if the strikes don't end by October 1st, there won't be any scripted content on TV in the 2023-2024 broadcast season.
As we've reported during our weekly live streams, which air on Fridays at noon Central, movies and scripted TV have been on hold for 5 months now.
The economic impact has been put at $5 billion. Now, for us viewers, we have a lot of reality and international content to look forward to for a good 6 to 12 months.
While there are a number of demands, the main ones center on higher pay, recalculated residual payments, and protections against the use of AI. The strikes point out the change that the entertainment and streaming industry are going through. The longer they hold out for the change that needs to come, the greater risk the studios are taking that they will be able to hold on to paying subscribers.
Yeah, how much are you willing to pay for unscripted reality TV content and old shows and movies? And the strike could end up sending more people from pay TV to a fast service. And that's just another sign that we must be watchful over what we spend on streaming services to make sure we are getting the value we want for the price we're paying.
That's something we'll keep helping you do here on the Frugal Rules YouTube channel. Let us know what trends you're concerned about in the comments below.
And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can get all our latest news and reviews when they drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.